We're going to talk about circumference with diameter and radius. So you have a circle. Circumference, as a reminder of vocabulary words, circumference is the distance around a circle. The total distance around a circle. It's almost like a perimeter, which is for polygons or straight. It's shaped with straight sides. Diameter is a line that goes through the center from end to end. I memorize it as this. It looks like D for diameter. And it's double a radius. A radius, so this is diameter. A radius is just a straight line that goes from the center to the edge, to the circumference. It's half of a diameter. Diameter is double a radius. So we want to find the circumference. There are two formulas to use. C stands for circumference. We like to abbreviate. I mean, I'm not going to write the full word if you don't mind. C is for circumference. It's the same as 2 of the radius. Remember, 2 radius makes what? A diameter. Times pi. Pi is 3. What's pi again? You'll say, what? Pi is, it's saying that the circumference is about 3 times the diameter. It's a ratio between the circumference and the diameter. It's always going to be about 3.14, or about, in 6th grade, about 3 times. The circumference is always about 3 times the diameter. So the last one is pi, C equals pi d. Pi d is 3. Pi is 3, and d is for diameter. So we have our two formulas. We have C equals 2 pi r, and C equals pi d. So what we're going to do is the following. We have a circle. I want to find the circumference around it. And I need to do 2 of the radius times pi, or circumference equal pi times diameter. So if you have a circle and you have the diameter right here, and the diameter, let's just say, is 5 centimeters. And I want to find the circumference or distance around it. So what I have to do is I have to use this formula. C equals pi d. Again, what number is pi? 3. In 6th grade, we use 3. 7th grade, 8th grade, high school, 3.14. What's the distance of the diameter? 5. So the circumference will be about 15 centimeter, approximately 15 centimeter. So this is 5. If I find the distance around the circle, it'll be about 15 centimeter. So the way I think this is like 5, 5, 5. Adds up to 15 centimeter. Let's try another one. Here's another circle. We want to find the circumference or distance around. If C equals pi d. If the diameter is, I don't know, 7 centimeters. Pi is 3, diameter is 7. So 3 groups of 7 is 21 centimeters. What if you have a radius? The formula for radius is C equals 2 pi r. Remember, 2 radius makes a diameter. It's the same formula. So the way I do it is, if it's a picture of a diameter, I use pi d. If it's a picture of a radius, I use 2 pi r. So here is a picture of a circle, radius, radius, radius. I want to find the circumference around it. And if the radius is 5 centimeters, let's do it again. 2, pi is 3, the radius 5. What's 2 groups of 3? Did you know this is always going to be a constant? It's always going to be 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30 centimeter. So the distance, so if the radius is 5, the distance around it, 6 of them, 6 radius will make a circumference be 30 centimeters. Or you could do a shortcut. What's the diameter of this? Double, 10 centimeter. 3 times 10 is 30 to check your work. And here's another one. If the radius is, I don't know, let's say 11 centimeters. I use the formula 2 pi r. So 2 pi is 3 is a constant. It's always going to be 6 of the radius. Radius is 11. 6 groups of 11 is 66 centimeter. So the distance around this is 66. So 6 radius makes the circumference. So we have pretty good. But what happens, let's go back to C equal pi d. C equal 2 pi r. What happens, let's draw a picture. Remember, this is circumference, this is around. Diameter goes from end to end. do the center, of course. This is a radius. It goes from just the center to the edge, and circumference is around. Let's make it harder. Let's take it one step more. What if I give you the circumference and I ask you to find the diameter? For example, the circumference around this is, let's say, 33 centimeters. So, C equal pi d. Let's fill in the letter with number. So the circumference is 33, pi d. I want to find the diameter. So the opposite of multiply is divide, cancel. So the diameter will be 33 divided by pi. What number is pi again? 3. So 33 divided by 3 is 11. So the diameter is 11. Let's check our work. Does that really work? 3 times 11 is 33. Hey, it does work. So what you do is you divide by pi. If you want to find the diameter, you divide this, you do circumference divided by pi. Let's do a radius. Let's imagine the circumference around this is, I don't know, let's say 60 inches. So C equal 2 pi r. We know the circumference is 60, so the distance around. Isn't the circumference 6 radius? I thought it was. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think it is. So we want to find radius. So I need to divide this by 2 pi. Divide this by 2 pi. So 60 divided by 2 pi will be the, oh, this can't cancel, is radius. What is 2 groups of pi? What number is pi again? 3. What's 2 groups of 3? 6. So 60 divided by 6 is 10. So the radius is 10 inches. Let's check our work. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 10 inches is 60 inches. So our main thing is you got to know this formula. C equal 2 pi r or C equal pi d. So if the question is about diameter, use the first one. And you multiply 3 times whatever the diameter, you get circumference. But if they give you circumference and you need diameter, you divide. Circumference divided by pi. If the question is about radius, you need to find circumference, you multiply 2 times the constant of 3 times the radius. Or if you need to find a radius, they give you circumference, you do circumference, whatever the number is, divide by 2 groups of 3 or 6, so whatever that, divide by 6 is radius. So this is circumference with diameter and radius.